continue, find our way through anything we face.
Well, thank you so much for spending the afternoon here with us this afternoon. I want to give you a little bit of an insight as to where Fair Share America and our partners are going next. You saw at the end of the movie, and the two panels reinforced, that there are choices before us, that we know the answers to what policy solutions we will put on the table to fight for. Over the next month, Fair Share America will be hosting regional meetings with our organizing partners all across the country. And we anticipate that over 400 state-based organizations will join us in one of 3 cities to help craft that agenda. We aspire to be from the people up, rather than creating an agenda and telling everyone how to get in line. And we try to live that by inviting folks into the process, whether they're an individual or an organization or an institution. That's what November looks like, that we, beyond the reconciliation package, know that the future is ours to define. And we remain hopeful, but we're not naive, that if we want the thousands of people who have been in the streets and shown up at our town halls to stay in this process and to stay in this fight, it has to reflect what they need in their day-to-day lives. We are also focused on continuing to drill down in this, we call it the organizing pilot. We hear every day that individuals want meaningful roles in our movement. They will march, yes, but they want to do more. They want to be in relationship with their neighbors. They want to be in person. They will show up online for Zooms, but they are craving physical connection, where they can talk about how hard life is, where they can collectively create strategies to take on the villains in their local community. And so we're going to continue to pilot and train the leaders that Ben talked about that are signing up to be part of a movement. We remain curious. I've been doing organizing for 30 years, and I would be an idiot if I stood before you and said, I know exactly what we all should be doing right now. I think the number one thing that we need to be doing is listening and following the leads of the people who are the hope for how we get out of this mess. There is a majority of the American public that is united on taxing the rich. I started working on tax campaigns over 15 years ago when you could not say that you were about taxing the rich. You were told that's too radical, that's socialism, you're gonna turn off people. Don't you dare say that. Talk about proactive revenue or fair tax policy. Right now, it's different. We can say tax the rich. We must say tax the rich. And we're going to continue to bring information from what happens behind closed doors in Washington, D.C. to the front lines. Because as the impacts of the one ugly law become real at the community level, we have to make sure that there are consequences. We have to make sure that everyday working people know exactly who betrayed them and how to hold them accountable, so that never again will we be in a situation where the billionaires and the ultra-wealthy can hijack our politics and our government for their financial gain. As you leave today, we're going to invite you to stop and have a drink, meet some of the wonderful panelists, our team. But I hope you leave a little bit agitated. I hope you leave with a little bit of unrest in your stomach. And I hope that when you see the stories of what is really happening in communities all over this country, you ask yourselves, your institutions, your neighbors, and your community, am I doing enough to meet this moment? Am I digging deep enough to take enough risks to take on the whole system? Because we hear time and time again that the system is big and it is hard. And we also see in the data, and we see in the town halls, that there are more of us than there are of them. So I invite you to stay in this fight, stay hopeful, because it is the human side that keeps us hopeful and keeps us fighting. And continue to push for a future that is possible. We know the solutions. And over the next years, we are going to continue at Fair Share America with our state partners and our federal partners to push like hell to deliver a world where every family can live with dignity and opportunity and wages and health care that they deserve. So thank you so much for being here.